Racing Series Championship night as the Cup guys are coming to Las Vegas Speedway to determine our Season 3 Cup champion. Once again, I got the privilege of having broadcaster Clay back in the booth with me here for Championship night to call the action, and welcome aboard there, Clay.
Yeah, finally. Misplaced my game last week. I know how do you misplace a game when you played it the week before? Yeah, I don't know. But we're here. We're ready to go for this championship night, and it promises to be a good one. We're firing up a little bit early here tonight to cover a couple of things before we get into it, as the guys are preparing to qualify here within the next 5 minutes. First of all, on a serious note, I do want to give a shout out and send the league's thoughts and prayers to the people of Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and Tennessee, and I believe Georgia. Did I mention Georgia? I'm not sure if I mentioned Georgia or not, but
you did.
They all deserve our thoughts and prayers after Hurricane Ian struck Florida a couple of days ago, and then today it struck South Carolina. So it's left a huge path of destruction. I've seen a lot of effects happen with close family of mine, but also on the news and just in social media. So just wanted to give some thoughts out to the people that have been affected by Hurricane Ian. Any thoughts on that, Butters?
Oh, yeah, prayers go out to those guys. I know we have a few guys from the areas that you mentioned, and it looks like the few guys from Florida that we have in the league, looks like they've all gotten by without anything major, and you know, thank God for all that. But we got a couple folks up in the Carolinas there. Hopefully that everything fares out well for them guys.
Yeah, and likewise for me with Tennessee, it just appears to be raining here at my current location right now. But we're expecting a lot of rain here, so hopefully flooding doesn't get too bad.
Yeah,
but nonetheless, let's move on to a lighter note here. It is championship night here in Cobra. It's already been a wild one. Monster took home the Xfinity title just a little bit ago after championship favorite Sludge bet on pit road. Tough end to that night for him. He was the lead car for a good chunk of this race, but it was interesting. You want to catch everyone up a little bit on what happened in the Xfinity race there, Butters?
Yeah, I mean, we had an interesting race with our Championship 4. We had the number 9 of Sludge with Monster, Mr. Williams, and Mopoa Cat were our final 4. Early stages of the race, the number 9 of Sludge was the most dominant car out there. He had the corners. The way he was driving the track, I mean, he was driving it perfectly. And him and Kat were battling out there in that second stage. And then we come back to the third stage where we had a little bit more of a strategy going. And unfortunately, the number 9 of Sludge, had a pit road speeding penalty. And that pretty much took him out of contention. And also, by reports, that 19 also had to sped. So that actually put the number 18 of Monster and the 20 of Williams in first and second, coming out for the last, I believe, 10 laps or so. And congratulations to that number 18 Monster Toyota Energy of Monster for taking home the victory in our Season 3 Xfinity champion, with Mr. Williams coming in second. So it's basically the breakdown from our Xfinity championship race.
And kind of where did he come kind of situation here for the 18. It was his first win of the year, pulling the Daniel Hemrick. Well, not technically the Daniel Hemrick, because he has won in Cobra before, but pulling the Daniel Hemrick, not winning a race all year, then winning the race, the final race and the championship. In his second season in the Final Four in Xfinity, he was in the Season 2 Final Four. Of course, Drunkfest ended up coming away with that championship, but Monster comes back through the next year, gets it done, so we'll look for him to move up to Cup potentially next year and see where he goes in our draft that's not too far away.
Yeah, we're also going to have a third guy in the booth here. Brink's going to be joining us too here tonight. So we're going to have a 3-guy party up here. So we just got to remember, between the two of us, we'll both send him an invite once we get the invite.
Indeed, and I wanna transition here to the Cup Cup side of things, because this is what you guys came here for. We're ready for a big knockdown, drag 'em out fight. Really, here it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. So let's go through these final four and give them a little bit of a spotlight. Let's go ahead and start off with the championship leader. That's the 24 of Big Jim. So far this season, he has five wins, 10 top 10s. Sorry, let me start over. 5 wins, 10 top 5s, 12 top 10s, 1 pole, 7 stage wins to go with 22 playoff points. I believe, did he win last week?
Sharp did.
Sharp won last week. So Jim won 2 weeks ago and locked himself into the championship four. It's been a very eventful year for that 24, but he has also been the most dominant driver in the series this year, and he's probably the odds-on favorite for tonight, but right in the rearview mirrors is that 11 of Sharp. So far this season, Sharp, last week's winner, has 1 win with 8 top 10s and 8 top 5s and 14 top 10s to go with 4 poles and 6 stage wins. A very successful season for that 11. They've consistently been 1-2 this year. Over the course of the entire season, there's been some other guys that have come and gone inside the top 5 there, but it's been a great year for those two. Third in our final 4 here is that 19 of Picola Gator, teammates with Sharp there in the 11, the 2 representatives from GAS. Picola Gator, one of the veterans of the league. He's been around in the league racing community for a long, long time now. It's not been quite the year he's wanted. He does have 2 wins this year to go with 9 top 5s and 15 top 10s. But he's just not found victory lane very much this year. But his consistency, finishing in the top 5 or there just outside the top 5, has brought him to the Final 4 at Las Vegas, and he's looking to capture. Would this be his first championship, or is it his second?
This for Picola? This would be, if
Yes.
he wins tonight, it'd be his first championship.
Okay, so it would be his very first championship.
Yeah, we got
here in
Gator
Cobra.
Mike. Gator Mike was our first 2 seasons champion, so we're going to crown
Gotcha.
somebody new tonight.
And then our 4th championship 4 driver is our good buddy Blakey T. Again, using a really consistent playoff run to get himself into the Final 4 so far this year. He has 1 win, 8 top 5s, 12 top 10s to go with 2 poles and 3 stage wins. You can never count that 14 car out. Eclipse is still alive, despite not having a driver in the Final 4 in Xfinity. But Eclipse is still alive with that 14 car, and it runs through Blakey T. So we'll see what that 14 is able to do tonight, and you can never count him out.
No, he's one of the strong. I mean, he is. Yeah, I mean, I can't say one of the stronger because they're all strong, but Blakey T, I would say, is the dark horse out of the 4. And but it wouldn't be surprised at all that he pulls it off. I mean, all 4 of these deserve it.
And so we're getting ready to get going here within the next couple of minutes. Again, waiting for the guys to finish up qualifying, and then we'll get it going.
Yeah, just, as we're waiting here to get the green light, I just, I want to say thanks to everybody for season 3, all the guys, all the drivers, both Xfinity, ARCA, and Cup, and also shout out to the truck guys. I mean, I know they don't get much love. They never get broadcasted or anything, but we do run trucks on Sunday nights. It's the race for anybody who's in the league. They get together and they spend a Sunday night racing, and usually, to be honest with you, that's probably some of the best racing we have is the Sunday night truck guys with everybody from the whole league. So, but anyways,
we're ready to go.
Okay, just wanted to give a quick shout out. I know, like I said, they don't get much love, the trucks guys, but the truck series, but we do run a truck series on Sunday nights also. So you said we're ready to join in.
Yes, GTR Mike has pole.
Let me take a look at that real quick, just to get a look at our stats here for just a
Second because
I'm gonna
that is Mike's first pole of the year. And with the expectation that Mike could be retiring after this year from Cobra,
Yeah, that's been confirmed. He will be moving on. He's confirmed it. We've got a couple other guys. I believe Sharp might be retiring also, so we're going to be losing a couple good guys here after this season. But
As well as Jim. Jim has also confirmed that he's leaving.
yep, yep. So hey, it opens it up. But you know what? We got plenty of talent there. It ain't like it's going to take away from the league. I don't believe, because there's plenty of guys here that are going to be able to run hard up front every week too.
So let's get into this one. We've got the 18 of GTR Mike. He's out with the lead, and he's followed closely there by his teammate of the 11 of Sharp. But we've got the battle ensuing for second. The one of JCR Clash is going to drive underneath that 11, take the second spot. No, not quite. Gets too tight off the corner, and Sharp will come back through on the outside lane to grab that second spot. Man, Sharp tries to come down in front of the one. One has to lift a little bit as I ride on board with this number one of JCR Clashing.
I just wanted to say what up, fellas, and just glad to be back on a Friday night with y'all.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back, Brink.
There we go. Hey, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Long time no hear, buddy.
Yeah, I've been really busy these last few nights, but I'm happy to get back here for the championship battle here at Las Vegas.
So yeah, we're in now. I'm riding with the 18, the Skittles machine. So you guys, yeah, take her away. What you guys are up to?
So I'm watching this battle here for third now, and it's a big-time battle between the 1, the 24, and the 14, two Championship 4 drivers of those three. But the one's going to prevail for the moment there, Brink.
Yeah, I just noticed, by the way, the Turf Tech with that blue car that got out of shape. He's now one car off the pace. That everyone else is still in this supposed lead pack. But yeah, JTR Clash and these guys, they're been strong all year. I think the Final Four is clearly the guys who should be in the Final Four. But Gator Mike, who's not in the Final Four, started on pole, as we were talking about, and his only pole of the year. And he's pulling away because you got championship guys battling for second place here in the early going.
Hey, I just want to throw a quick shout out. We got 13 guys in this field, or 14. And hey, you know, I'm glad to have that many guys come out to race championship night here. We got a pretty decent field.
Yeah, started with 20, down to 14. Not bad.
Not bad.
Only one team. It's only one team that's missing most of their guys, and that's what's that? Black Bear? Is that what it's
Black
called?
Bear, yep. But Chewy's out there. The team captain's out there running, so he showed up.
Just to run through this real quick, I know some leagues still use old Winston Cup or old Chase style points where you have to get a certain amount of points to win the championship. We don't do that here. We run it like they do in real life. The highest championship 4 finisher will win the championship tonight. And currently it's that 24 of Big Jim, who seems to be the favorite coming into this based on his season so far.
Yeah, and if we can get down to the on-track stuff, I was noticing on the last time they came to the back straight, Gator Mike gave a block down low as if he was already afraid of the 24 getting a run. And the 24 did get a run because he took the high line out of turn number 2. Watch these guys' exit lines off turn 2 and off turn 4, because the high line will give you more momentum. But if you leave that bottom open, you're obviously leaving the window open for a pass. That's why you see Gator Mike jump down low here on the front straightaway, jump back up to make the angle into turn number 1 to prevent that 24 from getting that position on him. Gator Mike, for whatever it's worth, I'm still in the party. Yeah, I just lost the game. For whatever it's worth, Gator Mike, not in the Final Four for a championship, is still going to do his damnedest to win this race tonight.
It's all to do for the third spot right now, though, as Sharp got a little bit tight there on that previous lap, and it allowed the 1 to get underneath him, and the 14 comes with him. And then the 19 followed up there with Sharp, and it was a big-time battle for that third spot. It goes to Sharp.
Another example, leaving that window open on the bottom, and you're going to give the other guys a chance to make moves on you, and then if you're trying to get for the lead, that leader's going to pull away.
Blakey T thought about looking 3 wide there to the inside of Sharp. That would have put Sharp 3 wide in the middle of Blakey T and Big Jim, but Blakey T thought better of it. Still early in the going here.
I am joining the race here in 10 seconds.
Butters, where are your eyes at right now?
Right now, I just checked out. We are. I just wanted to throw 30 laps left in stage 1 here. Still riding along with Mike. our leader here and just watching the battle here before the top 6 cars right now. So, like I said, just still riding around with Gator Mike and checking out his stream, just trying to keep an eye on laps.
It's really tough sledding for a lot of these guys out here. I'm noticing the balance of the cars are not really going the way they want it to go as the 19 goes to the inside of the 24 there for the 4th spot. Really aggressive move from Pete Cola, a driver that you don't typically see be that aggressive.
Who else is up here? The number 2 car. Isn't that number 2? Third?
That'd be Warpig if it is.
No, that is not the 2.
Oh.
That is the 14 of Blakey T.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was the Miller scheme.
And he's looking to the inside of Sharp for the championship lead. As we see the 10 car of Turf Tech exiting from the pit lane there, he's going to let the field go by before rejoining the racetrack there on the back straightaway.
Gator Mike's got that Skittles Toyota 3 lanes wide right now here in stage number 1. And the 11
and the 11 gets the wall. Yeah, he got the wall there. And that's going to stack that top lane up a little bit. That's going to allow the 24 to get a run to the inside. But right now it's Blakey T leading the championship 4. But the guys are right on his tail.
And, you know, Big Jim in that number 24 car, he's normally...
Oh, he gives a shot to the back of the 18, and he's going to tag the apron there a little bit and get loose, has to back out of it. Very nearly caused a wreck.
I was just going to say, Big Jim, he's not known to have one certain style of racing. He'll be conservative, he'll be aggressive. It depends on just his mood, honestly. And I don't know if he was trying to be aggressive to get below Sharp. Obviously, him hitting the wall there put him in that spot, but... Now, because of the 14's mishap, the 24 is falling back a 5th. They're all going to leave the 1 up high going into turn 1 here.
I'm really surprised they're being this early in the race. How these guys are actually getting after it. You know what I mean?
Well, there isn't a championship contender up front, and Gator Mike, whether he's
very, very loose.
Yeah. And not just that, like Mike does want to win the stage. He's got 4 or 5 guys hounding
We're
him.
3 wide for the race lead. Sorry to cut you off there, Brink. We're 3 wide. Big Jim goes to the inside of Mike, who had... Man, we almost went 4 wide there.
Blakey T leads that lap.
Mike G sticks it down underneath there. He's in the mix.
The 88, yeah.
Mike G, the guy you just heard from in the Xfinity broadcast, jumped into the booth with Butters and Sauce, and he's already looking... strong here tonight.
Finally, Gator
what a
Mike,
pack we have.
I have a friend here in Pete Cola who's in the 19 cars, his teammate. Now Cola goes high off 4. The 18 is going to stay down low. He's real loose off turn 4, it looks like. And the 19 is going to go by the 18 as well.
Blakey T shoots off into turn 1, and he's going to come down in front of the 24 and clear him for the race lead.
Now, this is a real strong track for Blakey T.
We got way loose off the corner there and almost piled up on the backstretch.
Blakey T is able to get good finishes everywhere, but he's not known to be the best everywhere. But Las Vegas is definitely one of the strongest tracks. And, you know, multi-group racing, this is a perfect championship racetrack. Mike G still
23 to go in stage 1, guys.
Well, your championship 4 are in the top 4. Am I right? I'm not listening.
No, you are not. You've got the championship 4, 1, 2, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I forgot the 1 wasn't in it. Which is surprising, believe it or not, based on some of our previous broadcasts.
But Jim's going to go to the inside for the race lead. Oh, the 11 got the wall, and the 19... Man, the 19 really had to check up there. I don't know how he didn't wreck it.
And Mike doesn't check up, tries to go high on his teammate, and that was got position in the draft, so that might give Gator Mike the top 5 again.
There's been some form of an incident involving the 3 car of Wasted. He has pretty large damage to the front of that Tracker Off-Road Bass Pro Shops number 3 Chevy Camaro as he's been in the wall. And we got a car loose off of 4. That's the 2 of Warpig trying to save it. It looks like he will just barely save that 2 car.
There you see the one car is just by himself up high. He's still able to maintain that position, even though the 18 might have had some draft off of the 11 there coming out of turn number 4. But that
Here comes the
line,
11. He shoots to the inside of the 14, looking for that second spot, but the 14's going to have the drive off the corner. Yeah,
right.
we have a multi-groove racetrack.
And so's the one going to have the drive. This might cost the 11, but now he gets a little draft off the 14 again down the front straightaway. But there you see the opportunities can open up on the high line, especially if you have a guy like Clashon who's capable of running that high line real clean.
Blake's going to get a little tight off of 2. The 11 thinks about making a move to the inside, thinks better of it
18
early.
Again. I tell you, don't count out that 19 car. Now he's kind of running off the front 4 here. Here comes the 18 to take his first pit stop to stage number 1. The 19 car is going to hold back. It's early. He's not going to push it too hard, but that number 19 Toyota is going to be up at the front again. Trust us there.
You know, I want to get a soundbite from. Do we have a caution here? No, we've got pit stops incoming.
Yeah,
Jim is
stops
preparing to pit. I wanted to get some thoughts from our league owner Butters here. Early on in this race, now granted the whole thing is finishing in front of the other championship 4 drivers, but they're racing like it could be the last lap. What do you think about that early in this one?
Rain in this forecast.
That's what I kind of mentioned a little bit before. I was like, for being as early as the race is, these guys are like getting after it. Like, we're down to like 10 laps left. So if these guys can maintain the whole race like this is going to be a wild, wild race.
Is it more of one of those things where they feel like they have to keep up with each other and as such have to race that hard in order to stay in the fight? Is that what it is? Because this is awfully aggressive racing.
These guys are all so talented. Like, I think it is part of it. If you don't have actually where it's going to work out as a strategy, like some sort of strategy coming down to the end, I believe they just got to drive hard just to stay up with each other, because I don't think they want anybody actually to get, pull away or something like that.
I think some of it might also be this is the championship race, and a few of these guys normally would run in the same party together. Something tells me today they're not. So there's less communication happening between them that normally would possibly occur had this not been a championship race.
So yeah, we're just riding here with, I got the camera on the 14, so I believe he stayed out there. So we got the Sharp, Picola, and what do we got? Clashon up there. Just quick before we start out too much, Clashon, Sharp, yep, Sharp is hitting pit road. Clashon was just unfortunate that he had to miss a couple races here coming down the pipeline, because he was deep into the playoff. And just on a couple unfortunate he had a couple things come up where he couldn't race that. I believe he would be in these final 4 if he would have been able to take her all the way through.
Speaking of unfortunate, our first DNF of the night is our pole sitter. The 18 of GTR Mike is stopped on pit road in his night, and Cobra career comes to a close with an early DNF here in the title race at Las Vegas.
Not championship news, but still huge news.
Yeah, and that's
our defending series champion, that is.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to find if any of you guys know anybody else with a stream. This Mike is backed out. I lost that stream, so we're gonna lose laps.
Is Jim streaming?
Jim's streaming, yeah, or Sharp even.
Yep, both should be streaming.
I don't have those guys on my YouTube channel. That's the problem.
Well,
I don't know if one of you guys can bring them up.
Jim does not appear to be streaming.
He's probably not wanting to lag out. Let me check Discord. I might be able to bring one of those.
Blakey T is
Blakey
streaming.
T.
Go through the Discord, yeah.
We'll do it this way.
And so is Sharp, just above him.
Yep,
Sharp
I got Sharp's perspective. He's currently P8.
Jim is streaming, guys. Big Jim was streaming. Yeah,
I didn't see him on my feed.
Yeah, he's there.
Well, I got
Jim
Blakey's
Sharp
up.
and Blakey T.
I got him up. Okay.
Yeah,
We got our laps covered.
Yeah, we can do it like that. One of us can take. I've got Sharp. If one of y'all wants to take Jim, and the other wants to take.
And he's on Blakey.
Yep.
Blakey. Who's signaling
Blakey.
the pit this time?
Blakey's losing it. Oh, he saved it.
That's a big signal. That's a big signal.
he lost. He got real loose coming out of 2.
Yeah, he lost more time there. That's for sure. That's going to cost him on the exit.
I thought he was going to lose it. I didn't think he
But
would
Mike
save it.
G this year clashes just ahead of him as well. Is 2 tires the stop here? Is it going through no?
I'm not sure about that. 2 tires is super, super risky, I think.
You're only going, what, 8 laps, 7 laps here?
Well, Sharp just took 12 to go, so it's a little more than that.
Oh, I thought he took 10 earlier.
Yeah, it looks like I'm confirming it was, yeah, we got 12 laps remaining in stage 1.
The 9 car is the leader, and he just hit pit road.
I can tell you, we did a race here recently in a different league, and we took 2 tires in the first stage, and it was a disadvantage to everybody who took 4 tires. So we all took 4 tires the rest of in stage 1 and 2. And I gotta say, I'm pulling a little bias here, rooting for Blakey T, the upstart, the underdog of this group. Because you know, as the interim owner of Eclipse Racing, and for our boy Chase, kind of hope that 1-4 can pull it off.
Yeah, we mentioned that at the top of the broadcast, the 14, the only championship representative league-wide for Eclipse e-racing there.
Yeah, I totally agree with you guys on that. I mean, being a Ford guy, seeing Blakey out there battling, you know, a little bit deep down, I kind of want to see the dark horse that I consider him to pull this off.
The 88 is the race leader. Mike G. He took 2.
But the 24 and the 11 are battling for second,
That is correct.
side by side.
I got Sauce 4th, Picola 5th.
Nine laps to go.
Yeah, who's that? The red? Is that the 20?
That is the
Yeah,
20, but
that'd be
I'm not
Jacob.
sure if that's for position.
That'd be Jacob, right?
Yep.
And then, yeah, so Blakey fell way off, and him getting loose and having kind of a slow entry into pit road.
Yeah, Blakey's running 9th right now.
Stage number 1 now, plenty of time to rebound from there.
Oh, yeah. A lot of time for the 14 to rebound there. With us having stage racing here in Cobra, and as well, this is a video game. You can rebound from wrecks. You don't have DNFs in this.
That's cool. Jacob, that's for position. Jacob just went by along with the sauce.
Oh, and Sharp and Big Jim went around Mike G for the race lead.
That tells you Mike G took 2 tires,
Yes.
and Big Jim and Sharp are running around on 4, more or less, more than likely.
Got the 10 of Turf Tech back on pit road.
Back, so that's a second pit stop for him.
Yep, and the battle is on for the lead. It's Sharp and Big Jim. These two have constantly gone after it. That's 6 to go here in the stage. They're going to see 5 next time by.
And this is all for pride, because all that matters at the end is who finishes ahead of who.
It's also for lane positioning here. I mean, you kind of want that bottom lane on the restart, at least to get that launch. So whoever wins the stage will get that bottom lane restart, which should be good for them. 5 to go here in stage number 1.
Nicola making the pass for third over on Mike G.
Still see 4 to go this time by from Las Vegas here. You're watching the Cobra E-Racing Cup Series Championship race. We're going to crown our Season 3 champion here tonight.
So Mike G and a couple other guys are probably realizing here there's just too many laps left to pull the 2-tire stop. You give them too much time to run up and catch you, and you end up losing more spots than where you probably went into the pits. Mike G's holding close to where he entered. I think he entered 5th. Right now he's 4th.
3 laps to go, I do believe, here from stage number 1. That is correct. As Sharp looks to hold off Big Jim for the first stage.
This is the calmest I've seen both these guys. They're both in the same party, albeit I have no way of knowing. But typically they have been in the past. Only reason I bring that up is, like I said earlier, communication is kind of prudent, and if they're not communicating, I think you'll see more aggressive moves. If they are, you might see them get in line together more often.
Yeah, you also got to remember these guys we got a team battle too going here between Gas and Litzen. So these guys are team-wise too. They're trying to collect all the points they can get.
As that 11 crosses the start-finish line, he's going to see 1 to go here in stage 1. What can the 24 of Big Jim do to potentially take this stage away from the 11? Down the back straightaway off of turn 2 they work. Sharp gets a bit loose. He's trying to break the draft of the 24. He jumps to the high side to block the lane. Here in 3 and 4, it's Jim going to get a run to the outside. He's not going to have enough, though. Off of turn 4, the 11 of Sharp is going to come and win stage number 1 of the championship race.
That's actually big for Gas, because with Gator Mike's lag out, like Butters brought up for team points, that'll come into play. That'll help rebound that loss a little bit.
Right.
You get 3 of the Gas Motorsports cars in the top, 2 of the 3 in the top 3. That is, so first and third, and then Jacob was up there in the 5th.
Yeah, so the top 2 right now in the Litzen would have been Big Jim, and I believe would have been Sharp, or not Sharp, but Sauce.
Mike G.
Mike G
in 4th.
Collected that, so okay. Yeah, it's just, and I think it's only 7 points separating the 2 teams, I believe.
That's correct.
Yep.
Top 10 in that stage. Sharp wins. Big Jim 2nd. Picola 3rd. Mike G 4th. Jacob 5th. Clash in 6th. Blakey T 7th. And I did not get the rest of it, sadly.
Yeah, I was just going to check it out in Blakey.
8th was Blakey T, and 9th was, 1 second.
Chewy, and 10th Warpig.
Yep, there you go.
But we're going here for stage 2 of the championship race. Man, that 19 really got tight there in turns 1 and 2. It stacked the 9 car up, and now he's 3 wide.
Yeah, he got into his teammate, the number 20 of Jacob, but looks like Jacob's doing all right after that. But yeah, Picola is now in 7th, and Blake E.T. just behind him in 8th. Oh, is that 6th and 7th now? Not.
That's correct. 6th and 7th.
Jim did get around Sharp for the lead, and Sharp's actually losing 2nd place to Mike G. All the while, Blakey T trying to get down low underneath Pete Cola. Back for 6th. Ooh,
I think we got some guys on the wall.
I think the 19 tagged the wall, trying to keep it up above the 14. But he looks all right here, holding on to the lead draft. If that wasn't a 19, it was the 3. There's 2 Bass Pro Shop cars, so now I can't be sure.
Yeah, I believe that was Wasted that got up into the wall there.
Okay, gotcha.
Let me jump on board with that number 3 real quick. Well, the front of that number 3 looks clean, so I'm not sure if he got the wall or not.
So we kind of spread out a little bit here, guys. Basically, we got a front pack and we got a gap now to a second pack.
So that's basically due to the 3 hitting the walls.
Right.
But that cost the 9 also, who was up in the lead pack earlier. Oh, I love this off.
Oh, I got some lag going on my end. Not quite sure what happened.
Up from here. I'll tell you, Sauce would be more than happy to get behind the 24 and the 88 and fend everybody else off. Do the whole senior move, block the field. Oh, the 14, squeezing the 20 down the back straightaway for 4th place. Jacob almost touching the wall there.
Oh, we got lagged.
And the one lagged. I don't know who
which
lagged
one
in the
was
who,
it?
but the one paid the price. He's going to get caught by that second pack
The
here.
88's
Probably get behind
lagging
it.
terrible.
It looks like Mike
Yep.
T is lagging bad. Yeah, Blakey T's now going to try to go around the 11 for 2nd place.
Yeah, that seriously messed over that one car, and now he's falling back to this second pack, and Mike G's going to jump to the top lane and fall at least to the back of this pack, if not back to that second pack.
At least you could say it didn't happen to a championship contender, but, you know, nonetheless, tough break for JCR clashing. He does not get around the 11. He's going to hold on to 3rd. But Big Jim has got some space now between him and 2nd place, Sharp.
Well, 3 of our top 4 championship contenders run away with 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. The battle is on for 4th between 2 GAS teammates. Our final championship contender in the 19 of Picola looking to get around his gas teammate of Jacob there in 4th.
Yeah, the 88's got some serious lag spikes occurring still. He backed off. He's now behind these lead cars. Was on purpose, it looked like.
The 19's going to use a strong run off the bottom of the racetrack off of turn 2. Gets a look underneath the 20, but the 20 clears again on that outside lane.
Yeah, those guys are teammates, and they're in the same party, and I'm kind of surprised the 20 hasn't just let the 19 go by him right now. Unless their communication is that Picola wants Jacob to pull him. But they're losing a little here to 3rd place, Blakey T.
As those two battling for 2nd have brought it back on Big Jim a little bit. The 88's in the wall for me, and then jumps all the way to the end of the straightaway. Some major lag there for the 88.
Yeah, and those 2 Yoders are going to get no help from the 88 for the sheer fact that he's, A, not pulling up close to them, and B, that lag, it's probably got him invisible on their screen, so there's probably no draft help come from that 88 regardless. So those 2 cars, they're just going to hang on and probably end up 4th and 5th here in the stage. We got a ways to go as the top 3 here, Chevy, Toyota, Ford.
Now we see this consistently when the 19 falls a little bit further off the pace to the leaders. Not saying that he's intentionally doing it, but that 19 we know has a reputation of being able to save and save well. Could he be starting to think, hey, what if I save a little bit longer than these guys, run a little bit longer, and then potentially take only 2 tires? Could we see that happen for the 19 here in Stage 2?
I understand thought and thinking that, but I honestly don't think that's the right call. I think we just saw it. There's just simply too many laps left. Even if you ran it down, and I don't know, I don't have the figures in front of me, but I want to say it's about 30 laps of fuel. If you were able to run it all the way down, 1, you're losing time to everybody who picked before you, and then 2, should you come out just behind them, you're not catching them. You don't have enough time. So I don't think 2 tires is ever going to be the right call here at this moment.
Let's pick up these race leaders, though, as they race down into turn number 1, side by side for the race lead. The 11 of Sharp, 24 of Big Jim. Big Jim's going to back off and give it to Sharp for the moment, but don't think that battle's done yet. Then 24 is going to pull up to the bumper. He's going to push the 11 into the corner a little bit. He has to let off in order to make the corner, but it's the 11 of Sharp getting through with the lead for the moment.
Something happened to Jacob at the 20 because he fell way off. He's behind the 88 now. I don't know if he tagged the wall or something, but now the 19 of Picola has no help, and he's just hanging on the 4th place.
Boys, I want to make an interesting comment here. You know, I'm riding around with, I got Blakey's stream on. I don't know if he's getting bored out there or not, but he actually switched his camera view to in-car. So right now he's racing up there with those 2 guys in an in-car view.
That's
interesting.
Great.
It's crazy.
The 11's going to get tied off the corner. Got a little bit of lag here. Not sure if Sharp might be lagging a little bit, but
I didn't notice.
he pulls up to the top of the racetrack to let Jim go by, and he may just let Blakey T go by right here. Not quite sure what happened to the 11 as he feels like it's going to fall off the pace here a little bit. But he'll stick it to the bottom of the racetrack in front of the 14, so I'm not quite sure what happened to the 11 there. Oh, I've got some serious lag going on.
That's what it seems like. There's nothing really happened on my screen. I wasn't sure what you were referring to at the moment.
I'm just going to chalk it up to my internet being weird because of the weather.
So I put the camera on Mike G a little bit. As the last couple laps, he's been running pretty smooth, so I don't know if he's cleared up a little bit or what. Still, though, it's got to be nerve-wracking if he does get up next to some of these guys.
But as they run right now, our championship 4 are running 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's roll through this field here while we have the time. I know pit stops are going to be impending here soon, but let's start out. I'll go ahead and take Big Jim. He's our race leader. Finished second there in stage 1. The odds-on favorite to win the championship. He currently finds himself in P1, looking good early, but we still got a long ways to go. So that 24 looks to continue that strong run. Over to you, Brinker. Let's hear a little bit about that 11 of Sharp.
He's in timeout.
Over to you, Butters. Tell us a little bit about what that 11 of Sharp's done so far.
Well, Sharp is basically, he's running up front this whole freaking race. You did see him bounce around a little bit. Sharp is, I just hope his internet does hold out for him. Sometimes he has the issue here and there. But, right now, he seems to be running pretty smooth up front there with Blakey running in third. So, be interested if those two can maybe get up a little bit to tighten up the gap on Jim, or if they're actually just content running laps right now. 1, 2, 3.
As we continue to work our way through the field, Brink, what do you got there on the third place runner of Blakey T?
Well, he's holding strong. These guys up front, he knows they're pretty strong. He just has to stay in this draft. Everything's going to come down to stage number 3. Pit strategy is different in stage number 3. You've got to run it out. You got to make that one pit stop and not use up your equipment. And hopefully your setups are going to be tight enough to where you're not going to get too loose on those long runs. We know the 11 and the 24 are going to be strong on those long runs because they always are. So Ken Blakey T, he normally is more of a sprint driver. He's these short run guys. He's always strong. I saw him strong earlier on in the stage. He's here. He's hanging on to the top 3. He's not getting too aggressive, but is he going to be able to do this through stage 3? Only times we'll be able to tell.
Continuing our run through the field here, our 4th championship driver is our 4th place runner, the 19 of Picola Gator. You find him a good chunk of the ways back, almost a full corner or two behind the other championship 3, but he's staying steady there in that 4th spot. Might be saving a little bit here, not quite sure. Pit stops will be coming up here soon, but he is looking still pretty solid, doing what he needs to do to stay in it there in that 4th spot.
The way this works out, only you can try to do is save your tires a little, but you're not saving them where you don't have to pit. So he's just riding around. There's not much you can do. You're not getting past. He's not going to catch the top 3. So just don't screw up your pit entry, and the 19 will be all right.
Butters, tell us about the new 5th place runner. That is the 3 of Wasted, I do believe.
Yeah, we got pit stops going on.
That'd be Wasted. Let me get to him here. There we have camera on the number 3 Chevy Camaro of Wasted. It looks like he's overcome a little bit of an issue that he had early as he just scraped the wall again. But he looks like he's being able to settle in and turn laps. But Wasted is he's one of our characters. If outside the racing, he's one of our top characters in this league as far as chats and stuff. He's always entertaining, but he looks like he's just settled in there at 5th place, kind of like P. Cola, just kind of running some laps and survive here till the 3rd stage.
Let me jump in here real quick and talk about this 11 of Sharp, who, when I tell you he just barely made it on speed to pit road, he barely made it. He was sliding onto pit road. A late decision to come down pit road for that 11 team, but he did make pit road speed very, very slightly. He almost sped, which would have been catastrophic for that 11 team. Wow.
That would have been a big setback. Yeah, that would have been disaster for sure.
Let's continue this run through the field. How about this 6th place car of Sauce there, Brink? What do you know about Sauce there in that 9 car running 6th?
Sauce was having a very conservative 5th or 6th place run in stage number 1. That mishap by Wasted early in stage 2 kind of pushed him back, as we talked about a little earlier. He's a fast car, and he loves Vegas, so do look for him up near the front in stage number 3. And like I said before, I don't think he has any problem playing Guardian and keeping that 88 and 24 in front of him, running 1, 2, and 3. Like you said earlier, that's going to be big for the team championship. They're still going after it.
So with the 11th pit stop, that elevates the 9 to the 5th spot. So that 6th spot belongs to the 12 of Chewy, who has not ran a full schedule this year as team owner there at Black Bear Racing. But he finds himself in the 6th spot right now, looking pretty strong. He remains the last car on the lead lap. He could be pitting here within the next couple laps, but it's a great showing so far for that 12 team in a little bit of a smaller field.
Yeah, racing with Chewy, I've seen that Vegas is definitely one of his strongest tracks as well.
So Sharp's come back out in 7th. Mike G finds himself in 8th. What do you know about Mike G there, Butters?
Let me get to Mike G. Mike G, it looks like that his, like you said, he was battling the leg issue a little bit. It seems like every time I talk about a driver here, what they do is then they go and do it. I just seen him do a little rubber band action, but unfortunate for him. Mike G's he's a strong driver. Yeah, like I said, he was in the booth with us tonight in Xfinity. Great guy to talk to, but it looks like he's just settled in, hoping to trying to keep his lag clears up, I guess, But like I said, it seems like he's cleaned it up compared to earlier.
Speaking of clean, that's a clean pit road entry for the 24 of Big Jim. He will receive 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles, maybe 2 fresh Goodyear Eagles. We'll see what that 24 decides to do, but he looks like he got onto pit road pretty good, and he'll receive his service and down and away.
Yeah, he's
coming the pit lane with 10 to go, so if there's anybody who can do the 2-tire stop, it's Big Jim. But how much time did he lose to everybody who just pit and took 4 tires?
Blakey's coming down pit road.
Yeah, we got a number of guys on pit road. The 9 of Sauce is on pit road. The 19 of P-Cola. The 3 of Wasted is on pit road. The 12 of Chewy, also on pit road. As those guys make their stops, how about the 9th place runner? Well, he's about to be elevated, that is. The 9th place runner, the 1 of JCR Clashing. What do you know about him, Brink?
I know that he's running way far back in the field, and that's unlike him. And he's a guy racing for a win. He's not just here because he wanted to show up for the field. So look for the 1 car to be a little bit of a disruptor. Cleanly, he's respectful, but he's going to be a little bit of a disruptor. He gets back towards the front there.
As I look at the, what was the then 10th place runner, GTR Jacob, I see a lot of serious damage to the front of that number 20 Toyota Camry. So I'm wondering if he's had an incident on track that has brought him back to the 10th spot. But he's had a lot of damage. He was running up in the top 5 a little bit earlier today, but most certainly not happy with that Toyota right now, I'm sure, for GTR Jacob. I believe 11th is going to belong to the 2 of Warpig. Butters, what do you know about Warpig if you checked out that 2 car lately?
To go, by the way, when they hit the line the last time.
I was just on Warpig a few laps ago, and he's got a clean-looking car. I mean, he doesn't look like he's been any damage. Right now, he's running behind the number 12 of Chewy. I'm not sure if that's for position or not. But I don't know if I'm not sure Warpig if he pitted yet or if he already did earlier. I'm not sure on his strategy.
He's already pitted. We got the 12 in the wall up in front of him there.
So he just went around the 12 car, but if you want to, just a little backstory on that War Pig. If you want a consistent guy that comes out every week, he's one of those reliable guys. He shows up every week to race. He's fairly, he's I don't want to say anything bad, like a mid-packer, but I mean, he runs in that top 10, and but he's very clean and stuff. So it looks like he's just having a typical night out there for him.
I'll quickly round out our field. The 12th spot belongs to Turf Tech. He's been on pit road multiple times tonight. Not been the night he's been looking for, but he's still with us, so good to see him still in the race with us. Hopefully he finishes out the season in style. Want to catch up to this right here, Brink, and I want to get your thoughts on it. If you scroll back to the number 19 of Pecola Gator, not quite sure what your screen is showing, but I'm seeing serious rear-end damage to that 19 Toyota. Fairly concerning.
I think he got run into entering pit road. I'm not sure. But actually, if you look at it, the 11 is catching the leader of him. He tagged the wall coming off of turn 2. He was catching him. I don't know how much time he has left to get there, but the 11 took 4 tires in pit earlier. The 24 took 2 tires in pit all the way at the end of the run. Coming to 5 to go, I think. I think the 11 is closing the gap here.
Yeah, we'll see just how much that matters. And I believe they're actually coming to 3 to go, that is. Yeah, this is 3 to go, so they're going to see 2 to go next time by. We'll see if that 11 can run down that 24. Last stage, it was the reverse of this. The 24 was following that 11 stride for stride, but couldn't get around him there on the final lap. Can the 24 hold out? He's going to see 2 laps to go here in stage 2.
Everybody.
Believe we're losing you there, Brink.
Racing each other's cars, typically. Typically, Big Jim's in the 11 and Sharp's in the 24, so. This whole season, they've raced in the opposite cars. And here comes the 11.
Yeah, that 11's catching him. They're going to dance off turn 4 and see the white flag here in stage number 2. What can the 24 do? The 11 has to draft down the straightaway. He's going to pull up to the back bumper, looking to add more to the potential title for Team GAS, but the 24 trying to keep Litzum in it for the team title. I know this is not for the championship. The 11's going to look to the outside. What will Big Jim do? Down the back straightaway for the final time in stage 2. Down into 3 and 4. Down into 3 and 4. Off of turn 4. The 11's going to have a run to the outside. What can happen here? They're going to be side by side at the line. Give the stage to Big Jim.
Got it. That was close.
So they're going to checkmate each other here. Sharp's going to win stage 1, and Big Jim wins stage 2. And you know they had a good time racing there at the end of that stage. What a finish to the stage. It's going to be Blakey T 3rd. Mike G goes 4th. Wasted an impressive 5th place finish in stage 2 as we await the rest of the top 10. Sixth is going to go to Sauce. 7th is JCR Clash, and Warpig is 8th. Pecola 9th. Wow, he fell way back there. Chewy 10th. So that is a great night for that 12 team. As I continue to say, but again, equally as impressive, his Black Bear Racing teammate of Warpig there in 8th. Great run for those guys. But we might want to follow this story on the 19 a little bit more. I'm wondering if he got a speeding penalty.
That could have been it, too. A speeding penalty, I feel like, would have been a much greater deal. Was he? There you go. Okay. This restart is the most important restart the entire season. God forbid we have a yellow flag here, but this could be it right here.
Big Jim's going to rock it off with the leads. Sharp's going to jump down in line behind him, just in front of Blakey T there. Man, Blakey T gets a little bit tight to the entry of the corner, pushes the 88 up the racetrack just a little bit, but they get it straightened back out and going. And Blakey T is clear for the 3rd spot.
Here comes the 9, along with the Sauce, giving that 88 a big push down the back straightaway. He's trying to get back up to the top 5. Although 3 is tight and cannot hold the bottom.
3's not going to be able to hold the bottom. They might be... Oh, Sauce backs out of a potential 3-wide situation there as they exit turn 4. But the battle is on for the race lead.
I'll try and get back up there. But yeah, that 3 car kind of squeezed the 9 as he couldn't hold the bottom for 3 and 4 in that first lap. But Blanky T holding up in third.
We have a battle going on for the 4th spot. Teammates there at Venom Racing, the 1 of Clash and the 3 of Wasted. I'm not even sure if they know that each other are teammates, but they are. But the battle is on for 5th on the racetrack.
I'd say field position is so important on the restart, you can easily forget who you should be helping and not helping on these opening laps.
I just want to mention you guys as you're watching these guys race, just remember that number 88's running in 4th. Hopefully his issue doesn't come back, because that could be devastating for these guys around him.
Yeah, it looks like it's solved for a little while, but we'll keep an eye out. The 9 is getting screwed over again from this lead pack, and he's losing the lead to draft, but he's behind Picola, who's also trying to catch back up to these guys. This is going to fast become a 3-car championship battle if Picola can't get back up there.
Now here's the real question for you, Brink. At this point, do you start saving if you're Picola and you fall back a little too far?
You know, I'm trying. We ran Vegas here not that long ago. I don't think saving works here unless you get a yellow flag that happens to fall at that right time. I really don't believe if you're going to go 1 stop, right? It's not a 2-stop race, or is it 2 stops and then you have a few laps left? I'm not remembering properly. I'm sure.
Let me take a look here.
Well, we almost got that caution as the 10 destroyed the wall off of turn 4 and almost brought.
So
it's a 1 point in saving. You're going to take 4 tires. It's about field position and getting to that lead, and that's what the 19 has to do, or else outside of a yellow flag coming down, the 19's going to have no shot at the championship. I understand. And with only 13 cars in this field, a yellow flag is really not likely. Even with 20 cars in this field, we didn't see many yellow flags thrown.
And to make it worse, there's only 12 because Mike is out of the race.
Yeah, now we're down to 12, right? So it's even less chance. The 3 and the 1 though, hanging on that lead draft, but Mike G kind of being that buffer between the top 3 and the rest of the field. And that might, I mean, if he runs a fast enough line and those guys help him behind, he's got Jacob just behind him, Long Live the Sauce behind him. Cola could possibly catch that draft from the 3 and the 1, but man, it's a tall order right here. And while he's trying to do that, the top 3 are still going to be pulling away. And look, we got a soft spot for that number 14 car. Butter said it, I said it earlier. I mean, nothing against the rest of these championship contenders, but it's that underdog, that underbird, right? He's driving a Ford. That under Mustang. If he can pull it off, it'll be one of the biggest upsets in Cobra history. And that's no disrespect to Blakey T. That's more of a status to the top 3 guys here who are, you know, out of the favorites.
You got to remember with Blakey T, when these playoffs started, he mentioned it right out. He had a strategy, a plan to win this championship. So I don't know exactly how it has went for him, you know, throughout the playoffs, but. He's put himself in a spot to actually, you know, to call his shot. You know what I'm saying?
Like a wise man used to say way back in the day, he used to dress all in black. The best thing you can hope for is to put yourself in a position to win, and that's exactly what Blakey T has done here. Early stages of stage 3 in your championship race, he's trailing the top 2 guys that he's racing with. But look, he's not making any aggressive moves. He stays right on that 11's bumper. You get a clean pit stop. One of those guys speed. Wide open, man.
I'm telling you, I think this 19 is indeed starting to catch that 3 car, but in the process, the 3 is kind of losing track with the 1, and as well the 1 with the top 4. So, again, a tall order looking for this 19 team. Is they're the 4th running championship driver with the other 3 up in the top 3.
Yeah, and it looks like the 88 has a little bit of a trouble hanging on to this lead draft as well. You know, Mike G is fast, but he doesn't seem to be quite as fast as those top cars.
The 11 of Sharp gets the apron, though. Is the 14 going to take the run to the bottom? No, he's going to stick in behind. These guys content to ride a little bit.
That was smart, because right now, Blakey T has a 1 in 3 chance of winning this championship. If he goes underneath the 11 there, even though he has every right to do that, that's going to open up the window for those cars behind him to catch back up. And now Picola does catch up. It's a 1-in-4 shot again. So Blakey T is doing everything right now. If he doesn't win his championship, I'll tell you, no one else sitting here might be as deserving and running the smartest race they can as that number 14 Ford.
This right here just might be proof that these guys are actually genuine nervous. Because they're not really racing each other very hard. They're kind of just clicking some laps off and just having some fun. This is any other race other than the championship. But Blakey T, as soon as I say that, takes a run to the back bumper of that 11, but nothing to do for the 14.
Then he backs off. He gets to the bumper and he backs off, and he gathers it back up for the straightaway. He lets off early for the turn.
See, this race has turned into the opposite of what I thought it would have been. We saw early in this race, these guys were racing very hard. The 14 gets the apron there, and he's going to lose touch with the 11 and 24. A mistake that you just can't have at this stage in the race for the 14.
Yeah,
see if he can gather it back up.
He might be able to get back up. That's a big gap now that occurred just on that front straightaway. Kind of the worst spot to have that happen.
And now this race has kind of turned into backwards of what I thought it would be. I thought it would be one of those where they kind of take it easy early and not really worry about the team title championship, even though that's a thing.
That 88 is jumping around again.
Yeah, I don't know if that 14 is getting any help from him or not.
Just hope he doesn't come up there and give him some rear end damage. Cause
I think he is catching the 11 again, though.
Yes, he is. I think he is hanging tough with them. But this is kind of going the opposite of what I thought. The 11 thinking about a move to the inside. But, see, I figured this race would be one of those where they take it easy early. As the race picked up and into stage 3, the intensity would build, and they'd race harder. Ooh, the 24 almost gets the wall there. But I thought it would build, and it's kind of turned into the opposite. They were really aggressive early on in this race, and now they're kind of relaxing a little bit, clicking off some laps. What do you think about that, Butters?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of called it there, Clay. I would have thought, like you said, I thought they were actually more aggressive at the beginning than they are now. So, yeah, like, I totally agree with you, man. I figured they'd be pushing a little more as we're winding down the laps.
You know, I think on that, Butters, it's also because, like, think about it. In the beginning, we had Gator Mike, not a playoff driver at this point, on the pole. We had the 88 and the 1 car, not playoff drivers, up in the top 4. So I think you had a lot of guys who were just battling because they could, they wanted to, and they wanted to get to the front. And then once those guys kind of filtered out, here you have 3 championship drivers up front. Now they're going to stay in line and make sure they're the guys at the end that can battle it out.
Let's mention this here now. The group that Picola was in with Sauce and Jacob has caught the 1 and the 3, and they're now a pack of 5, or a pack of 3 and then 2. But they got Picola leading that pack, trying to get back up to the front here.
If this was Daytona, I'd say they'd catch him in 5 or 6 laps. But this is a 1.5 miles. It's not even the longest 1.5 miles by straightaway size, I'm saying. So I don't know if they have the ability, even though it's more cars in their draft back there. It's 5-4. Plus, you know, Mike G is about to give him 3. Here it is. Mike G gets loose. It's a 3-car draft. So maybe they could now. No, now the 88's back up front. That lag is crazy.
Yeah, he's lagging horrible now again.
But at the same point, you know, you have 5 cars back there. I don't know, even with the extra car, that they're going to have the time and the draft ability to really catch back up to this front 4.
Oh, man, we got our second DNF of the night, and it's the 12 of Chewy. A great run for that 12 team is going to end with a 12th place finish, leaving 11 runners in this race.
But the 88 looked like Ricky Bobby out there.
It's kind of picking up a little bit here for the race lead, though. Blakey T has, in fact, caught back up to these guys, so reinsert him now into the picture. If you thought he might have made too big of a mistake, no, he didn't, because he's still right there on the back of that 11.
So far, no harm, no foul with that blue deck number 14.
Interesting paint scheme selection.
They don't run the Barstool scheme enough on this car, I tell you.
I tell you what, though, that 14 is pretty loose off of 2. He's got it pretty quick, but I don't know if he's lacking how loose it is because he's dancing around off of 2, and that might just be why he can't get around the 11.
I don't know if he's trying to get around the 11. I think part of him being loose is him backing off so that he can stay behind and not get underneath him. He's been gathering back up pretty quickly.
31 laps remaining, guys.
And this looming pit stop here within about the next 8 to 10 laps is going to be really telling. Who's going to pit at what time, who's going to execute on pit road, who's going to get the luck of the draw when it comes to the stop, because you can get anywhere from 14.8 to 16.5. And that's a lot of time. That's a big time gap. And then will there be any mistakes on pit road? We sure hope not, because I'd love to see these 3 battle it out, just such as they are right now. But this pit stop's going to tell us a lot, guys.
Also, as you know, it's not a full run at the end. So who's going to be able to take a can and a half rather than a full can? That could be a huge difference out on the track. Rather than a full 2 cans of fuel.
Blake has backed off a little bit, too. Look at that. He's kind of not really up on top of the 11 there. Could he be starting to save just a little bit?
He's
ever so
running
slightly.
A slightly higher line there in 1 and 2. I don't know if the 88's lag has anything to do with that, too. You tell us, Butters, you're watching Blakey stream and the 88's lagging in the mirror of the 14 car. Maybe he went up a lane so he wouldn't get run into.
Yeah, I keep an eye on Blakey's stream. Yeah, once in a while you'll see that 88 kind of rubber band into the view, and then he kind of jumps. So I'm just what I'm most concerned I got is the 88 getting into the back of the 14 and causing him some damage to cause him, position. Right now he's right on his bumper as he backs
off. So the
off
14 has damage to the rear.
He doesn't yet, but what I'm saying is,
okay.
As Mike G gets up there right in the camera view and he starts bouncing around.
Sharp going for the lead here in turn number 1.
Yep, Sharp grabs the lead. Is going to grab the lead here potentially. Could Jim be backing off to maybe save a little bit and see if he can run a little longer than Sharp?
I'm telling, there's no saving going. They're all out racing. Sharp is strategizing here. He needs to get in front before the pit stop. That's what he's trying to do.
And I can confirm our 11th place finisher tonight will be Turf Tech. He has also backed out of the race, so there remains 10 cars here on championship night.
Well, top 10 for the rest of you. There you go. Keep going. Oh, the 88! That's just threw me for a loop. I thought it was spinning out. Yeah, he's back there, though.
I'm wondering what.
But
Blakey,
we have.
What I'm worried about. I wonder what Blakey T's thinking as he's been this whole stage. He's been driving with this 88 bouncing around behind him.
Well,
that's gotta be nerve-wracking. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can expect Sharp within the next 1 to 2 laps. He may just pit this time by.
And that could be right there. That pass for the lead could very well be the championship move of the race, because if he pits ahead of the 24, now here comes the 24 is going to set a lap sooner. Now, Big
the
Jim is
24's
hoping, in order to do that, Big Jim is hoping that he comes out with that extra lap ahead of the field. He'll have 1 more lap on fresh tires.
They got Big Jim coming down. Looks like the number 1 of Clashing's coming down with Big Jim.
It can't be stated just how tight the racing has been this year. So these guys really, really want this championship. It's been a hard fought season. And Sharp's preparing to pit, so this is the money stop.
Blakey's got to pit here. Blakey doesn't pit here, he's going to blow his championship chances. I'm telling you, he's not going to get the draft. He's got to pit with the 11. He's not coming down pit road. That right there, in my opinion, is going to cost the 14 a chance at this championship. He's losing time to the 24 as we speak. He's got 1 less lap, 2 less laps for the 24, 1 less lap than the 11. And those fresh tires are going to cost him here. I don't know if he realizes what he's doing. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I have the math wrong, but here he comes this lap.
Sharp is taking 2 cans of fuel.
Well, he could have took a can and a half still, so yeah. Here comes the 14 now.
15.6 second stop for the 11.
I'm riding with
Let's
the
see,
19. I'm
what-
wondering if he's come in yet or if he's still. I think he's still.
Check the 14 stream, Butter. Tell us what his pit stop time is.
Hang on just a second here, guys. I'm looking at damage to the left front of the 24 of Big Jim. Is anyone else getting that damage as
I
well?
have a clean race car on that 24. Clean race car. Damage is purely visual.
Sharp comes out right in front of him.
Now here comes the 14 coming off pit lane. How is he going to blend in with these guys who are coming down the front straightaway?
He's way behind him.
He will be way behind those two. Look at that. For waiting 2 extra laps on Big Jim, 1 extra lap on Sharp. He's going to lose spots for the 88. He may even lose spots for the 1 and the 19.
The time on
That's by taking that 1 extra lap before he pit.
Look at this, though. The 19 has reinserted himself back into the picture, running in that 5th spot right now. He's not out of it.
That's true, and now we're going to have a 3, possibly 4-car draft when they catch the 88 to get back up to that front 2. But we have less than a full run of fuel and tires to do it, so do these guys have enough time? I don't know if it's in the cards. The 14 has fresher tires. He thinks he can get around the 19, but the tires are still fresh on that 19 car. It's going to be harder to pass him than it was for those guys to pass you. But here he has a low position entering 3 and 4. He'll get the draft off of Clashing, and then the 19 is going to fall 1 more spot.
But it's all to do here up at the front. We've got the 11 and 24 nose to tail here. It is not over yet.
You know, if they go side by side, that would be the worst idea for both of them. And I don't think Big Jim's that dumb, so I think they'll be in line for a while.
20 to go here from Las Vegas. The intensity.
Oh, the 1 tags the wall. Clash and tagged the wall out of 2 right in front of Blakey T.
But they're lined up now to potentially draft with each other. Can they get up to that 88? That is the real question.
It is a 2-second gap from 4th place to the lead. And he closed 2 seconds with the 3-car draft, possibly 4. He's got to get to that 88. He's a second ahead of him. Otherwise, it'll be side by side on that last lap. Now the 14 is running some pretty clean laps, but if he's running cleaner laps than the 1, they're not going to be able to stay with him. They're not going to be able to push. That 19's got to get around Clashing, I think.
18 laps to go.
Right, I'm not wrong. They don't have to pit again.
They should not have to pit again.
Yeah, that 19 has got to get around the 1 car. He's got to get a little aggressive here. He's starting to lose on. I don't know if he's backing off for a run or something, but Pete Cola has got to try and make a move on the 1. Otherwise, his day is done.
Now let's talk some strategy here up at the front. Assuming this 24 can stick with the 11. Now the 11 is on a 1-lap fresher tires. How much is that going to matter? But if you're the 24, when do you make the move? And how do you do it?
I think that mattered for the first couple of laps, but now the fall off is about even. I don't think that 1-lap fresher tires has any benefit to the 11 right now. And case in point, that's why the 14 is going to have such a tough time trying to catch them. Even his 2-lap fresher tires are going to have no benefit to him as they pull up on the 88. It's just going to be a little bit.
16.
They're just going to be following the leader. I mean, it's just going to be the 11 and the 24 in that line until about maybe 3 to go, maybe on the last lap. You'll see them go side by side. Because the sooner they go side by side, the more of a shot they're going to give Blakey T and possibly Pete Cola to catch back up to them. But Pete Cola really did pull off that draft, though. There goes Blakey T by the 88.
Now it is worth noting that our front 2 championship runners right now, well, at least one of them has confirmed that they are retiring from Cobra after this season. They are both looking to go out in style potentially, as the 11 could also be leaving Cobra at the end of this year. There has been no word from the 14 camp on if the 14 will return, but could he spoil the party?
He's trying his damnedest, I'll tell you. Got around those cars. The one has fallen off. There's no draft help for the 14, so it's pure muscle. It's all the way up to him and his white knuckles. Can he get up to those 2 cars? I mean, I don't think the physics are in his favor, so it's going to be a real tough deal.
How much patience does this 24 have? Oh, the 11 claps the wall a little bit. Is this going to be the move? Yes, it is. Big Jim dives to the bottom, clears him as they head off into turn 1.
This is what Blakey T needed, though.
13 laps to go. Did Jim make the move a little bit too early on the 11? Can the 11 stick with it?
Or did the 11 cost himself the shot?
He got that wall hard off of turn 4. He is driving the wheels off of it, though. Gets a little tight. Here goes the 24.
2 seconds.
We're approaching 10 to go.
Blakey T is still 2 seconds behind these leaders. He hasn't lost any time, but he's not gaining any time whatsoever.
You can feel the energy coursing through these final, what are we at now, 11 to go? Yep, 11 laps to go here from Las Vegas. 11 laps to go here in this season here, guys. It's been a fun one. I'll tell you what, this has been a season.
It really has. A lot of up and downs, a lot of drama this way, the other way, a lot of fresh faces and old names coming through here, so
there remains just 10 laps to go here from Las Vegas. It's Big Jim with the lead. The winningest driver in the series this year. He's followed closely by his strongest competitor and good friend Sharp. And it appears that they're about to battle it out for the championship. The third place runner right now is Blakey T. He's another championship 4 driver. He is on a little fresher tires, but it doesn't seem to matter right now as he is not catching the front 2. And hope appears to be lost for the 19 of Picola as he rides back in the what looks like the 6th spot on the racetrack.
2.2 seconds, so Blakey T's lost a little bit more off of those 2 leaders. We're shaping up for a duel in the desert here with less than 10 laps to go. The 11 does poke down low a couple times this last lap. See if he's just trying to see where his move might be. Big Jim not known to be an aggressive blocker either, so for a championship, I blocked my moment.
8 laps to go.
There goes the 11. Now he's got to run down low. Does he have to run off the corner? As the 24 gets a little out of shape coming high off the corner. He does not. The 11's going to have to get back in line. That's where his move is. I think that's where Sharp wants to try to make his move. Coming off of turn number 2. But he's got to be able to maintain the bottom line entering 3.
They're going to round turn 4. 7 laps to go here.
Watch the 11.
Sharp's going to dive to the bottom.
He's going to do it earlier this lap. Earlier they did the lap before. But
Jim drives it off really hard in the corner. Will he have the drive off? They're going to be side by side down the back straightaway. We're inside 10 laps to go.
He's got to keep it low and then into 3. Now the 11 keeps it low into 3, but the 24 does drive over the nose. And that's going to give the 24 the lead. But here comes the 11 back low. Still low.
Oh, a little contact.
Oh, this is all Blakey T needs. These 2 guys to wreck right in front of him.
The 11 drives it off into the corner. There remain 6 laps in the Cobra E-Racing Championships race here from Las Vegas. Down the back straightaway. They're still side by side.
They're running close, but there has been no contact between those guys on this run.
The 11 is going to, he gets a little bit tight, runs the 24 up the racetrack just a little bit, compromising the line.
He does
down the front straightaway. No, he can't clear him quite yet. 5 to go.
He'll get it this time by. The 24's got to try and get back. Now the 24 has to try and get back to where the 11 was doing to him. That might have been too early if you're Sharp.
The 11 off the corner. He's going to come up and clear the 24. No, he can't.
Still side by side.
Oh, a little contact to the right rear.
There was definitely contact that time.
The boys are getting after.
Blakey T's
Sharp
second
to
and a
the
half
lead.
now. The 14 is catching a little bit here.
4 laps to go here from Las Vegas. Oh, he's going to block him. Wow, he almost puts the 24 in the wall. The 24 is going to have to regroup a little bit here. Down the back straightaway they go. 4 laps to go here in the season. Season 3.
He does not touch the wall, by the way. On the replay, the 24 did not scrape the wall there.
Here we go. They're going to come by and see 3 laps to go this time. It's been a monumental battle between the 11 and the 24.
So second and a half for the 14 back there. So he's a non-factor as of now.
3 laps to go. What will these guys do for a championship? The 24 tries to look to the bottom. He is there.
This is how
Inside
Sharp
goes
lost
the
lead
24.
first time. That's how he lost it the first time. He couldn't hold the bottom, and the 24 could.
He is not quite going to...
Oh,
no,
he
he
cleared
does
Leading
clear him.
to the line. Wow. And they don't wreck.
This is going to be 2 laps to go here.
A little squirrely off of 4.
Here comes the 24.
24 got tremendously loose in 1 and 2 that last time.
He's going to drive to the outside of the 11, though, here. 2 to go. Down the back straightaway they go.
That's good news for the 11. He wants him to do that. Here, it's still crisscross, but
Who has more resolve here? Into 3 and 4. It's Sharp with the lead. He won the All-Star race. He also won last week. Off of turn 4, the final lap is in the air. White flag in the air. Sharp with the championship lead. His buddy, the 24, and his championship rival. To the back bumper. It's a great run into 1 and 2 for the 11 of Sharp. Down the back straightaway they go. This is for a championship. What will the 24 do? Down the back straightaway.
little block low.
They're
The 11.
snaking. Into 3 and 4.
Have a low line. Does he get the low line?
24 has a run off the corner. No, it's going to be off turns 3 and 4. The championship in season 3 goes to Sharp.
Wow.
Sharp wins the season
There's
3
your-
championship.
wow.
What a run by both those guys.
What a run. What a race by everybody, but congrats, yeah.
What
a finish.
what a disappointment for Big Jim, though. Wow. What a run for Sharp. Blakey T finishes 3rd. Clash in 4th. Mike G 5th. P. Cole is 6th. Wasted 7th. Sauce finishes 8th. Warpig 9th. And GTR Jacob, your final car running in the field, finishes 10th.
That was excellent, guys. Totally speechless on that. Kudos to these guys for putting on a hell of a show here in our season finale. Championship night, man. This is what it's all about right here. These 2 guys, class act. To be able to battle as hard, be able to battle as hard and be as clean as they were. I mean, that's the
We
ultimate.
should get the whole Final 4 in the booth, right? We gotta get them all.
Yes. I've already requested that. Jubilation in that 11 camp, and I believe it's going to be tight. We're going to have to see the points, but I believe that 11 winning the championship will clinch the team title for GAS.
3 straight team and, 3 straight championships for GAS, 2 straight team championships.
And they're going to sweep the team title this season, winning Xfinity earlier today as well.
I mean, I'm sure Gator Mike is watching as team owner of Gas, and even though he's retiring after this season, he's going out on top, even just as a team owner anyway.
So let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's start with our championship winner. Sharp is up in here, and man, you treated everyone to an absolute show tonight. You and Jim both did. Wow, what a finish to the season. And Sharp, you're the 2nd champion in Cobra history, and you have won Season 3. Wow, congratulations. Tell us about it.
I'm at a loss for words here. I know this is a game, but it's one that we put a lot of work into this. And first of all, props to Gaz on all the hard work that we put into the season. I'm thankful to Mike for drafting me, be able to drive one of my closest friends, and also to go head to head with Jim at the end, who has been racing with me for about as long as we can remember. That if I'm gonna go, head to head with any of the drivers in here, it had to be Jim, and this is where we got things kicked off together, and this is a way for us to close out our time at Cobra and to get the win, and more importantly, the championship is everything. This is my first title in about 3.5 years on heat that I've run, so this is everything right here. We fought, we gave it everything we had there in the closing laps, and just a hell of a battle. That's all I can say about that. I'm so pumped right now.
Now, I wanted to ask, we talked about this during the race. The race kind of went opposite of what we expected. We expected it to be a smooth ride for the first couple stages, and then the intensity would pick up. But it really didn't. It was really intense from the start, and then there for the first half of stage 3, there before the pit stop, y'all kind of just clicked off some laps. Talk about that idea, because it seems like the other championship drivers were feeling the same way.
Obviously, our team came into the night 7 points back for the team title. I don't believe we quite got enough points on the night there, but we put up a valiant effort. Xfinity swept 1, 2, 3, and they got the Xfinity title there. So very proud of the boys in that series. And as far as our team is concerned, we drove our butts off all season long. And Cole and I had a shot tonight. It was a 50-50 opportunity for our team to take home the individual title, and came down to the end there, and I hit the wall, I don't know, with like 14 or so to go, and Jim got the lead. And Jim was so good on that long run. He figured something out with this track that I was a little bit nervous, and then I was able to get a couple runs at him before turn 1, and I guess he was a little more comfortable running the high side there, and we went door to door for about 4 laps before I finally cleared him. And then it was, as much as I hate to say playing defense, you got to protect the lead at that point. And I went full send in turn 3 and 4 that final lap, and it stuck. And I'm, like I said, don't really know what else to say at this point. It was just a hell of a race. All the championship 4 guys had good cars tonight. And it was a heck of a race. Just a really, really great way to complete my Cobra career over here.
Brink, Butters, anything for Sharp?
First, just congrats, Sharp. You're one of the finest competitors that we have here in the league. You're in a class of few. This championship battle was definitely there was nobody who did not belong there, and you guys definitely proved that it was a battle all the way down to the end. And congratulations. And if I had to ask you anything, it's that will you give us one more season?
As much as I would love to continue racing with the group that we have a great caliber of drivers in this league. No, this is definitely it. There is no ands, if, or buts about it. No amount of convincing will bring me back. I got a baby girl coming in January, which is going to give me great joy, and it's going to be a fun journey to take on. No, this was it. And this is about the best way I could go out on my terms. And obviously to drive with some of my best bros in this league. I couldn't have asked for more with the time that I have had with you guys. I'm thankful for that. And, I'm going to miss it, obviously. It brings a certain level of competition, and it's fun for us at the end of the day. As much as, the game has its glitches and it's bad quality at times, it is fun with the right group of people. So I'm thankful to everybody who's made this Cup Series what it is.
You guys are winning on the track, and he's winning at life. So, congrats for everything, Sharp, and keep it up, man. I hope that little baby of yours looks up and sees that little shiny trophy sitting on the shelf and knows that her dad's a champion.
I appreciate it, bravo. Thank you.
Butters, got anything for Sharp?
Yeah, I really don't have nothing to ask you, Sharp. The guys pretty much covered it, but I just want to say appreciate the time that you put into Cobra. I'll be straight up and say you're a class act guy. And I want you to wish you best of luck. Hey, you went out on top. You're going out as a season 3 champion at Cobra. I want to wish you the best of luck with that baby girl coming. I hope you enjoy her. But I always want to just tell you, You ever get that itch back, buddy, you always got a spot here in this league.
I appreciate it. Who knows? Maybe later on down the road if I can make the time. But it was
You're
a
right.
great time. And just real quick, I will shout out all my former NRL boys, all my former Saturday Night Racing League boys, the guys from HPRL, Valor, Hammer Down Racing, all the guys that I've raced with over the years, who have continued to tune into my streams, who continue to help me out with the racing, and to all the current guys in Cobra, one more final time. Thank you, boys, for all the great racing. It means a lot.
Good job, Sharp. Congrats, man.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you.
Congratulations, Sharp.
Great
Thank you.
job, Sharp.
Thank you, Jim.
And so we move to our second place finisher, and I know it's heartbreak. I just can't imagine the sadness, but also joy, because Sharp's one of your buddies there, Jim. It's P2. You and Sharp treated us to one hell of a show. Amazing final stage there. I know you're disappointed, but from our perspective, you gave it everything you had. You didn't leave anything out on the table there. Tell me about your run today, Jim.
Yeah, we definitely didn't leave anything on the table there. That was, oh my gosh. After that race, I was a little bit down, dejected that I wasn't able to win the championship. But I'm getting a second win, and I'm realizing how much freaking fun I had. This is NASCAR Heat 5. I've hated this game for over half a year now. But Sharp was able to bring some sort of enjoyment to this game for me for, 3 weeks now, ever since Watkins Glen. And I've just had a blast racing with them in trucks and cup. And there's no guy in any league that I've ever met that deserves a championship more than him. So I just want to say that he 100% deserved it, and I'm absolutely stoked for him.
Jim, I also wanted to ask you about the pacing of the race there. It started out pretty chaotic there at the start and then mellowed out at the start of Stage 3. I expected the reverse. Like I mentioned to Sharp, it kind of seems like you guys are all on the same page with how you wanted the pacing of the race to go. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, we were pushing. I feel like we were pushing the entire. I was pushing the entire race. I was leading it, and I was pushing every single corner. I pushed so hard. I was thinking about that trophy at the end so hard that I forgot that Sharp and Blakey were back there saving a little bit of their stuff, and they were able to save 1 or 2 laps more than me, and that might have just made the difference. They just had a little bit extra rubber. Blakey, he pitted a little too late, and me and Sharp were already drafting, so he couldn't catch up, but Sharp had the right strategy. He stayed behind me, stayed patient, didn't get caught up in the moment, and he was able to take the freshest tires at the latest point in that stint. And I think that's really what did it for him. I think he was able to keep it out front because of that.
So I wanted to ask you, Jim, when you did pit for that final pit stop, were you purposely trying to pit a lap ahead of Sharp to maybe pull out in front of him? Or was that it? Did you just not have another lap to go?
Oh, if I could have stayed on strategy with the 11 or the 14, I would have 100% done that. But no, when you're leading that line, you actually do lose a lap of fuel. You're pushing so hard, you're in the throttle so long that you wear out your car a little more. The tires were fine. The setup we had in the car was able to keep the tires on it, but the fuel had became an issue, and I just had to pit a little earlier than Sharp.
Well, you put out a valiant effort, man. The last few laps, you guys side by side, was some of the best racing we've seen in probably a season and a half here in Cobra. And we've seen some good racing here in Cobra. So great job. From just a fan perspective, thank you for the show you put on out there. And we really can't wait to see you go after it again.
Absolutely, and I think this might also, I going at it again, just speaking on that, I don't think I'll be doing another season of Cobra. I wanted to keep my Friday nights open, so I think that was it for me. But this has been a fantastic league, just an incredible league with a lot of great personalities and a lot of great moments. Even the low moments, I'll get over those, and I'll be able to look at the highs because it was a great ride in this league, and I couldn't be any more happy with how it went.
And Jim, I know this is the one you wanted to win. This is the trophy you wanted. But you're not going home empty-handed, as a matter of fact. You did win the Truck Series championship last week, so you're going to go out with that trophy. So that's going to go down in Cobra history that you are a champion. You're also on the, yes, we did get it wrong. Litzum did win the Cup team title. We were not sure. And said too quickly that Gas had won the Cup team title, but they didn't. So you're still part of 2 championship teams. There, Jim.
So freaking crazy about that battle too. Sauce was in the chat. He was in there with us doing points as we were racing. We were literally on track.
You can't add.
He said we were plus 11 at one point, and then after the race he says, "We lost, sorry boys." And I about freaked out because I thought we did just enough. And I still don't know who won the team title. I really don't. But
Litzum did.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we tied for the race.
Grateful. I'm so grateful to be part of that team with Sauce at the head, and I mean guys like Drunk, Mike. I've raced with those guys for over a year now, and I love it. Sauce, thank you so much for bringing me on board, and Clay, I've enjoyed being on your team. Sludge, I know you're out there. All you guys, I've loved racing with y'all.
Hey, right back at you, Jim. We appreciate you. Appreciate you for sticking it out and being a class act all the time.
Butters, you got anything for Jim?
Hey, I just want to say the same thing, pretty much what I said to Sharp, Jim. Totally enjoyed having interviews with you most of the season because you were pretty much in the booth. Post-race interviews, pretty much, I believe, all season. So, but same goes to you. I mean, you're one of the class act guys in this league. You guys kind of put the reputation of the league on your guys' shoulders and proved that how good we are, or you guys are. But like I said, this is your farewell race. You change your mind, just remember that you're always going to have a spot in Cobra. So with that, I just want to say congratulations on your runner-up and your team title, and hopefully we get to see you soon sometime down the road if you change your mind. But yeah, congratulations, buddy.
Here, here. And I think, Sauce, correct me if I'm wrong, but these guys have permanent All-Star race invitations, do they not?
Yeah, they have the waiver, and you might see them in a Hall of Fame here soon.
Ooh. Sharp, you hear that? You might be coming back for a All-Star race.
Maybe a one-off.
maybe we'll make it Indy. We'll get you in there.
If you do the Indy roll course bet.
And so we move to our 3rd place championship finisher. You didn't quite have enough there at the end. You pitted a little bit later than those guys. Just didn't quite have enough to get back up there and battle those guys. But you were with them all night. Let's not discredit your effort, Blakey T. My friend, a great night for you. I know it's not a title, but man, what a night.
Yeah, we prided ourselves on trying to make the Final Four, and we did, and we went out there and competed to the best of my ability. We were underdogs the whole race. We didn't have no teammates in the race, and we ain't had teammates really in the whole playoffs, and so I've just had to do it all by myself, and it happens. But we fought hard. We fought hard all season, and I just made a bad mistake there at the end, and wasn't really thinking it through. I got the championship, I guess, jitters, and I was like, well, I think I'll be good, and they were already kind of taken off by the time I got out of the pits, and draft here is so important. So we got the short end of the stick there. So.
And I'll ask the same question I asked Sharp and Big Jim regarding the pacing of the race. Kind of went opposite of what we expected. You guys seem to be on the same page with it. How did it feel from your perspective on that?
I was just really more focused on mine. I know everybody had their own strategy coming in, and all the other ones that I have teammates in here, they were all conversing and probably figuring things out. So it was just good to see that we can go up there and compete with these guys again, and we're going to try to contend for a title next year. I ain't leaving yet. So,
that was my next question. In a season where we've had guys announce they aren't coming back, will we see Blakey T in Cobra Cup next year?
Well, Blakey T's not going to die just yet. Yeah, this one stings a little bit because we could have had a chance to compete with those two in the front. But we'll move on with the 3rd place finish, and we did the best we could for Chase. I did the best I could for him. I don't know if he's watching, but
I'm sure he is.
Chase, buddy, I
He's
tried.
watching later.
I know you picked me first, so I had a huge weight on my shoulders to get us to the championship. So I did the best I could, buddy. So.
But Dave,
Brink, you got anything?
As your interim owner, for Chase's sake, and just a fan of you and the car you were driving, we called you the underdog. It was no disrespect, but you were kind of the Ryan Newman of the group, entering the pace here. But you definitely belonged. Nobody didn't think you didn't belong, but you did have the longest of shots, and you proved how much you belonged through that race there. Just that one mistake at the end. Who knows what would have happened if you had gone down with the 11? But look, you had a really strong effort, and I want to know honestly if you could do it all over again, if you had a crew chief telling you when you should have pit, how much you would have had for those two had you been running in third.
I think we had probably the best car really on the longest of the runs, and I know we had a long run there towards the end, not a complete fuel run, but we had a good run, and I noticed I had more speed in the corners when I was with them, but of course I was going 80% there with them all in the draft. But yeah, we probably should have pitted with the 11, or maybe pitted a lap before the 11. It does sting. It's gonna probably be in my nightmares for about a couple weeks, thinking about what I could have done and what I can do better. But like I said, I'm not walking out with my head low. I had the car. I think I did really, but I was just playing it safe most of the race, and yeah, came back to bite me there at the end. I should have probably been a little bit more aggressive, probably on pit road entry, and probably with them. I probably should have gotten the lead when they pitted. So,
Butters, got anything for Blake?
Hey, Blake, I just want to give you a shout
buddy.
out. Just give you a shout out, buddy, for that third place finish. What I want to know is, my question is, buddy, after I lost Gator Mike's stream when he parked it, I scrambled and got into your stream. And is that a normal thing you do from race to race, just changing camera views, or do you just get bored out there? Because you're racing the Sharp and Big Jim for a title, and you're like bouncing around into in-car cam. I was just like flabbergasted, man. Is that like something you do every race? You just to change it up, or?
I try to work on my my skill when it comes to, because I can't always rely on one camera, and usually the one I rely on is the far chase camera, but it's partially being bored, because you got a long race ahead of you,
Right.
and you're kind of in a good position, so you're just kind of like trying out new things, and I don't know. I like to try new things when I'm racing, and yeah, I was trying to work on my in-car camera experience.
That's
Get
what I
better
thought
at
was
it.
super impressive. I mean, to be battling that tight in a championship race, and I look down and you're in car, and I'm like, what in the hell? I don't care. What the hell is he doing? It was awesome, though, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, I wanted to put the people who were watching, I was like, I wanted to put on a little show for them,
Right.
and I was like, well, I'll try out my luck, and then places I knew that I probably needed to get out of the camera, I was like, I probably should get out of the camera now, but yeah, that was fun. I'm glad somebody noticed that.
Right. Well, I just want to say at the end, glad to have you coming back. You got something to prove, I'm assuming, for next year, and best of luck we'll see what next year brings for you. But yeah, that's about all I have.
Might be a
You've heard-
favorite.
Yeah. And so we've heard from our top 3 championship finishers here. Didn't hear from Pete Cola tonight. Guessing he's already in bed, but I don't blame him. But he had a great run, a great season for him again. That's P4. Let's shift gears a little bit here, guys, and chat with our championship-winning owners. I want to go ahead and start with our Xfinity team champion, GTR Mike. Now, you are heading out after this year. This was your final season of Cobra. I know it's not what you wanted on the individual side, on the Cup side, but you won the Xfinity team title, and as well, both of your drivers, that being Monster Racing in the 18 and Sharp in the 11, are taking home the individual titles. A great season for GAS there. How about it, Mike?
What can I say? Had the best team all season long. My boys, they went out each and every week. They fought hard. They overcame adversity, and quite frankly, they dominated. Everybody got wins, excluding myself because I'm just old and washed up at this point. But they all got wins. 5 of the 8 final championship spots were gas drivers, and I couldn't be more proud of the group. The chemistry they showed, the camaraderie they showed. Every week they went out there and they had a good time and had some fun and won some races, and it was a great season all around. Like you mentioned, Sharp, Monster, congratulations to the both of you for winning your first ever drivers championships. That's incredible. Especially Sharp. I've been racing with him for such a long time, and it's so good to see him finally get one of those things. He's been hunting for a while now, so congrats to him. And also, you did mention it, tonight was my final start. It did not go how I wanted. My power went out right after my first pit stop, and that ended that. So,
But you did score the pole. You did score the pole in your final start.
Hey man, Vegas is one of my favorite tracks, so I was actually really disappointed. I brought a piece tonight. I brought the same piece that I had taken to the Canadian e-motorsports race last week. And it was bound to be a good night, but things just didn't work out. The power grid didn't work out, and ended up with a DNF. So,
Brinker, you got anything for Mike?
Congrats, man. You've always proved to be one of the more insightful minds when it comes to the talent level on this game. So, that's something to stand on for sure. And, driving talent, ownership talent, you've definitely proved to get it all. So congrats, and I'm sure I'll personally see you around in some other aspect. So
I'm not going away from the game. I'll be around the game.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
so
yeah.
you'll see me in other places. But in terms of Cobra Kai, this was my my final start. And in terms of Cobra, I made a lot of memories here. Won a lot of races. Won some titles. Got called to go to the league by Chase. Chase, I hope you're doing well, buddy. Thoughts are always with you. And man, it was a good time here, and it's time for me to move on. And you guys will see me elsewhere. So I'm not going away, but my time in Cobra is up. So I want to thank everybody for racing with me here, and let me do my thing and win some races, and lots of memories made. So. It's a tough way to go out tonight, but overall, it was definitely one of the funner times of my league racing experience. So, thanks everybody for the memories.
Butters, you got anything for Mike?
Yeah, I just want to point out that this was season 3, and I just want to point out to everybody that's watching or listening to this, Mike was our first 2 seasons champion, so he was a back-to-back champion in this league. And he's able to, it's got to make him feel good to be able to pass the crown on to one of his own drivers as far as Sharp winning the title. So I'm assuming that's making Mike feel pretty good that one of his boys took that crown. And yeah.
Yeah, like you said, Butters, this was a merged league with NCRL, so I'm going to flex my muscles and say I won that championship too. But
Yep.
To be able to pass it on to somebody like Sharp, I know he's stepping away, and he's stepping away for some really important reasons. So, for seeing him get his first ever championship in any league, that was an incredible experience. And if I couldn't win it, I'm damn sure and proud that he did. So, congratulations to Sharp. You're going to be a great dad, and I'm here if you need anything from me. And can't wait to see your grand return, because I know you'll be back one day, buddy. So congratulations.
Thank you, brother. That means a lot.
And amidst falling short on a couple of other championship fronts, it's still a cup team title for Litsum and Sauce. It was a great season for us. I say us because I'm part of Team Litsum as well. But a great season for Litsum. You come home with the cup team title barely. First of all, tell us about the points there, because I know you were championing the points system there with regards to the team title. Tell us just how close it was, but also just tell us what went into this effort for the cup team this year.
Yeah, appreciate that, Clay. First, shout out to Gator Mike on the Xfinity team win. Shout out to him for the competitive battle all year. for the team title. It felt like there at the end, our teams really separated themselves. As far as tonight, we actually were up 7 going into the race, and then I did the math, and we actually tied team point rise for the race. So that kind of, I was so exhausted after the race, that kind of threw me off. I thought we had lost, but then I realized, we came into it with 7 points to the good. So it was a great year. It was, at first I didn't know how it was gonna go. I did miss on my second pick in the draft this past season, so that didn't really necessarily work out. And we lost Drunk kind of towards the end of the season. We got Mike back onto the team there late, knowing Drunk was going to be out for a bit. And Big Jim, every time he showed up, was just every time he was doing numbers. And he had a few lag outs and some unfortunate things happened, but for him to come back and still make the championship 4, almost win it after all the issues he's had is quite remarkable. But yeah, everyone on our team had a contributed to the cup title. Myself, just putting these guys together, them buying into the team. Big Jim won races in cup. Drunk won races in cup. Mike did really well coming in late. Sludge won a race for us in cup. Derek Cope contributed points to it. So as a team, they really did. They did a lot. I can't thank them enough. I really just wanted to go out there and have them race, and me just let them do their thing, and it worked out great for them.
So, Brink, any questions for Sauce?
No, man, because I've been smoking a bowl this whole time, so I'm pretty stoned at this point. Sauce, you know what you're doing here, obviously on the track and off. So, keep it up, because the fate of this league is squarely in your hands.
The what?
The fate of this league is in your hands.
I can't forget to mention this. You won the Dash for Cash tournament this year too. Blitzen won that as well.
We won all the team tournaments as far as cup goes. Didn't get the end goal of a championship for Sludge or Big Jim, but they had great seasons, man. Getting Sludge late in the season and to the waiver wire,
that was huge.
We were up early, we were down mid-season. We had to kind of claw our way back to the front. So everyone played a part in getting this team title. I can't thank them enough. And I really, before any more, I just can't thank you guys enough. Ring, Clay, Butters, doing all the broadcasts, all the work you guys put in. Thank you to all the drivers. Sharp, who does the power rankings. That's been a huge deal this year. All the guys love it. Jim doing graphics and stuff for us, helping out. So shout out to all the guys, all the drivers who come out here on Friday nights and race with us.
Butters, you got anything for Sauce before we wrap things up here for this season?
Yeah, just a quick shout out, Sauce. Congratulations on that team title. You're a big part of this league as far as being in the board or admins here. I'll be straight up. Sometimes we get after each other a little bit, but it all works out. You got to have a little strategy. But going back to strategy, anything, Sauce. What I'm saying is, you're one of the most strategists, if I'm saying that right, as an owner. I mean, you won a team title. I know you've made some moves, trades this off season to set for some picks. So I'm sure you've got a game plan going into next season here with this draft. So I'm sure you're going to come out with something that's going to be strong again for the next season. But congratulations again, buddy, on all the hard work you do. We work together, and just what you put into the league.
Yes, appreciate that. But there's also shout out to Chase Beatty. Hope he's doing well.
Yes.
Hope he's getting better. We miss him, and honestly, without him, he's the visionary that you Butters getting Cobra going. Chase with the NCRL, bringing those together, you guys really mastermind this all. So appreciate you guys.
Yeah, Chase is with him he's saying he's getting better, but yeah, Chase he gets the recognition, but he's this year with his health, he's been kind of a silent type admin here. He's piping in, but He's made the announcement that he's going to come back. I know he's not coming back as an owner, but he wants to drive. So he's getting geared up for season 4. So we're going to be coming into season 4 strong, and I'm super excited.
Word. This is gonna be fun.
That's about all I got, Clay.
What a spectacle it was, boys.
It was exciting as fuck.
Did we lose?
Yeah,
Clay?
go ahead and put a ring on Sharp. Ring him.
Did we lose Clay?
No, I'm here. I was
Oh, okay.
muted. Sorry. Go ahead and finish us out there, Butters.
Okay, well, we're going to end it. I just wanted to, again, I want to congratulate Sharp and Jim and Blakey for your top podium finishes tonight. The owner points between the Xfinity. I want to congratulate the Xfinity guys, Monster, Cat, and refresh me, guys. Who was the third one again? I'm sorry.
Balmer won the ARCA. Big
Wilma.
Jim.
Yep. Just
Getting
quick
the
shout
truck
out.
title.
Everybody, we're going to be coming back here in about 3 weeks, a month. The
Yeah,
21st.
draft's on the 21st.
Draft will be the 21st, Friday night on the 21st. So we'll be broadcasting that again. But till then, we're gonna
Yes, sir.
end the night. Super excited, super proud of the guys. Appreciate the guys. But you guys take care. We'll see you guys in about 3 to 4 weeks, and hopefully we get season 4 cranked up. You guys have a good night. Safe weekend.